Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the TRS Bullshark folding knife. So let's go ahead and get started. So what comes in the box, you get a TRS sticker. You'll see obviously the knife, and then there's actually a spare clip and spare hardware to mount the clip. The reason that's included is that the clip is 4-position adjustable. So what that means is that on all 4 points of the blade, it's been drilled and tapped to hold the clip. And if you're not really familiar with adjustable clips, the reason behind this, first, there's left-handed people and there's right-handed people. So not to leave lefties out, I'm left-handed. We like to offer that adjustability. The other thing is that some people prefer to carry the knife tip up. Some people prefer to carry it tip down. And that's just kind of a personal preference. My preference is to carry it tip up. It comes to you in tip down right-handed carry position, but of course you can adjust it, and we've included extra hardware. The reason there's another clip is that this clip is directional. So if you flip this onto the other side of the knife, there's actually, if you look at it, the line that the screws are on actually comes out to here if you drew a straight line through them. So if we flip this onto the other side, instead of gently going over this way, it's going to gently go over this way and not work very well. So if you're going to switch it, it's not an extra clip in case it breaks. These things are like incredibly tough. They don't break. It's actually included in case you swap it. So if you swap it to the other side, check the other clip and you'll see what I mean. But don't use this clip if you're going to switch it to the other side. Okay, so clip is covered. Now let's just kind of take a look at this thing. I would say that the primary special feature about this knife is the ball bearing pivot. The pivot on a folding knife is the point which the blade rotates around. And typically on a folding knife, there's going to be either a nylon or brass bushing. That bushing is filling the space between the blade and the liner. And it just needs to be something that's smooth. And so those two materials are commonly used. In this case, there's a bushing that has ball bearings embedded in it. What that does is it reduces the friction in the pivot point, which makes it open very quickly. And also, folding knives typically have a detent ball embedded in the liner, the part of the liner that engages with the lock. It's difficult to see because it's quite small, and that matches up with a hole that's been drilled into the part on the blade that it engages with. What that means is that you have to have a certain amount of force to overcome the detent in order for the blade to come out. With this style, that's obviously necessary because the ball bearings reduce so much friction, the knife would just flop out all the time. The other thing it does is it provides a little resistance. So when you go to open this, you kind of load it with some pressure, and that amount of pressure you load it with will pretty much open it. It looks like it's spring assisted, it feels like it's spring assisted, but it's not. It's just that the ball bearings are that smooth. I really like it. I actually prefer this over a spring assist because it gives you a little bit more control. With a spring assist, you can't carefully, slowly open it because once the spring fires, it kind of jumps. So I actually prefer the ball bearings over the spring assist. Personal preference, but it opens really fast, really smooth. The next thing, the blade profile on this is kind of cool looking. Just kind of it's just a good looking knife. I think most people can agree with that. It's an American Tanto style blade profile. I like the satin finish on the blade. You know, a lot of the knives that we do are black oxide coated, but sometimes it's nice to have, something a little shiny. The other feature on this is that it has G10 handle scales. These are milled fairly smooth. There are some grooves cut in here. What makes the grip on this thing work well is you've got this big dip here, and the flipper doubles as a finger guard. So although the grip isn't super aggressive, you still get a nice solid grip on this knife because of this curve here. Really fits the hand well. So not going to be a problem as far as slipping around with this thing. Real quick, just to go over the specs on this thing, 3.5-inch blade, pretty standard size for a folding knife, enough to get the job done. Another thing, it's a plain edge, so it's easy to sharpen. There's no serration on this blade. And the overall length is just over 8 inches. So I would consider this a full-size folder, but it's not a monster. So easy to carry, easy to handle. So yeah, that's a look at the TRS Bullshark. If you have this knife, let us know what you think of it in the comments. And if you're thinking about getting it, maybe you have some questions, definitely let us know and we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.